Welcome to Microchip's briefing. The content of the briefing includes: stock market today, Asian shares are mostly higher ahead of a key U.S. jobs report. Nvidia in talks with Malaysia's YTL on data center deal sources. Micron strikes labor deal for $15 billion plant, boosting bid for U.S. funds. Lawmakers press Biden administration for tougher curbs on China tech. Dow trails S&P 500 by most since 2000. Stock market today, Asian shares are mostly higher ahead of a key U.S. jobs report. Yahoo! Asian shares were mostly higher on Friday ahead of a U.S. government jobs report, after Wall Street rose Thursday to snap its first three-day losing streak since Halloween. Investors speculated that the Bank of Japan may end its negative interest rate policy. The Nikkei 225 index shed 1.8% to 32,254.82. Updated data released on Friday showed Japan's economy shrank by 2.9% year-on-year in the July-September quarter, worse than estimated earlier. Nvidia in talks with Malaysia's YTL on data center deal sources. Yahoo! Nvidia is reportedly in advanced talks with Malaysian conglomerate YTL over a data center deal. The partnership would focus on cloud infrastructure and would likely be based at YTL's data center complex in the Johor state of Malaysia, near Singapore. The partnership would target businesses in Southeast Asia, providing them with access to Nvidia's AI chips through cloud computing. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang is currently visiting Malaysia after meeting with Singaporean officials earlier this week. Micron strikes labor deal for $15 billion plant, boosting bid for U.S. funds. Bloomberg. Micron Technology has reached a union deal for the construction of a $15 billion chip manufacturing facility in Boise, Idaho. The agreement is a rare example of an organized labor agreement in the U.S. semiconductor industry. It is hoped the deal will give Micron an advantage in the competition for federal funds under the CHIPS Act, which provides $100 billion in subsidies to support semiconductor manufacturing and supply chain projects. The Commerce Department has said it has a preference for applicants that have reached construction accords with unions. Lawmakers press Biden administration for tougher curbs on China tech. New York Times. Republican lawmakers have criticized the Biden administration for failing to enforce export controls that limit sales of advanced technology to China. The House Foreign Affairs Committee released a report accusing the administration of allowing semiconductors and other American innovations to flow to Beijing that could aid China in a military conflict. The report argued that the administration had granted too many special licenses allowing American companies to export restricted products to China, in some cases against the objections of defense and intelligence officials. The Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security was criticized for being too close to the technology industries it regulates. Semiconductor companies have also pushed back against the restrictions, saying that overly broad controls could push China to develop its own technologies and undercut American industry leadership. Gina Raimondo, the Secretary of Commerce, argued that her department was badly in need of funding to complete its mission. Republican lawmakers have said they will withhold funding increases until the department changes its practices and moves forward with additional sanctions on Chinese companies. Senators expect AI committee work to ramp up in 2024. Washington Post. The leaders of the U.S. Senate's bipartisan working group on artificial intelligence, led by Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer, expect key committees to increase efforts to draft AI legislation next year, as their private forums wind down. The group has discussed the need to take action before the 2024 elections to prevent technology being used to distort political discourse online. However, while a range of measures to regulate AI tools and boost development have been unveiled, the working group has yet to publicly endorse any of them. Senator Mike Rounds has said the working group does not want to dictate what the legislation should look like, but hopes to bring more people into the process. Senator Josh Hawley, meanwhile, has expressed concerns that the forums are leading to nowhere and plans to force lawmakers to take action by passing legislation to exempt generative AI tools from the tech industry's legal protections. Chip market troubles pose threats after AI euphoria. Bloomberg. The semiconductor market is showing mixed signs, with slumping industrial and networking chip markets, and concerns about a potential economic slowdown impacting automobile chips. However, smartphone components and personal computers are expected to recover, according to Samsung and Intel. Chip makers have historically struggled to match long-term supply plans with short-term demand swings, leading to cycles of shortages and excess inventory. The breadth of demand across different products offers some insulation from downturns, but the diverging behavior of various markets has made it challenging for investors to time the market correctly. South Korea, Netherlands to establish chip alliance on state visit Yonhap. Reuters. South Korea and the Netherlands will establish a chip alliance during South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol's state visit to the Netherlands next week. Yoon plans to visit ASML, the world's leading maker of lithography equipment, and discuss stronger partnerships on chip supply chains. ASML is currently building a new assembly facility in South Korea with an investment of $180.86 million. This visit marks the first state visit by a South Korean leader to the Netherlands since the two countries established diplomatic relations. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.